Hello everyone, my name is Kumar Akasdeep
Myself Kumar Vaibhav.
and here we will talk about privatization.
Okay, this is a very nice topic as we all know that today all body criticize privatization, but as we all know that our government is so inefficient. If we talk about all the government things, whenever we see how rubbish they do work, how slowly the works will be done, and privatization may help these government entities to just do fast work and do in fully efficient way. And we will discuss the topic today, and this is my view. And what's your view, Mithun?
I agree with you that privatization is necessary as as you know, government companies and government whatever is of a public sector is so slow, is inefficient to do anything. So there should be private player also. So that's why privatization is good. It is also taking our taxpayer money. As you have seen Air India, it had made a huge loss in our economy. We pay tax for that only, or what? So we were wasting money for that type of company. No, so there are many public sector which are destroying our economy like that. So I think the privatization should be done. It's a company like that, but there should be some balanced approach. If everything will be privatized, it will not be helpful for our economy. There should be balanced approach for that. Whatever public sector is not performing well should be privatized, and what public sector is performing good should be in government sector only.
Yeah, of course, this is very best points you have given, and I also agree with you. Whenever I go to bank, if suppose I go to SBI bank, they just do their work very politely. They just do very slowly, and actually they don't have any fear of losing job or anything, any workload or anything. Actually, they have also very workload. I'm not blaming on only them. I'm just saying that because of less people working in the government sector, and they have many much works, that's why the workload actually lessen their power, and that's how our society, that's why I think they work very slow, and due to which we get our work very less, and I think that's the main reason. I think we should always prioritize the privatization of India, and if if the government only do government jobs and the government entities, then there is a chance that we will lose the chance to get rich. As we all know that USA, whether it is USA or whether it is China, or whether they are developing, actually USA is very developed, but China is developing very fast. They crossed trillions of economy, and USA or any other country have also. If we want to grow like that, then we must have to do privatization as much as we can, and further go.
As you have seen that many government employees used to protest a lot that our government is selling or not selling. I have no problem with that, but do you see them working seriously for us? If you go there, to them, they will sit like babus, and their behavior are also rude. They don't behave like employees should behave to their customers. They behave very arrogantly, and if you will have any problem, you say to them, they will say, go do whatever you want, I don't care. Like my friend had already said, in banks you have seen them, and it's not only in bank. Right now our electricity was my home house electricity was cut due to rain, and it's already 24 hour, and nothing was done. We have called them, and they don't care about that. It's like that only. They, because in government you have seen, no, they don't have any problem about job, because government will maximum they will suspend them for 20 days, 30 days, and they will get a half salary or more than that. So they will enjoy that as a vacation, and they have no problem for that. So if you will make that inefficient type of thing in our country, it will hinder our growth. So this should be not this should be balanced. We need balance approach, as we have seen that if the person who are saying that government is selling things, it's also their views are also right, I agree with them also, but they should see balance approach. If if you will not sell, then government will have a problem, the work will be not that efficient. And if you will sell everything, then also we will face problem, because private players are not god. They are not some bhala manus type thing, saint type person. They will loot our people. And you have seen in Reliance, first they made a very less charge, first they take very less charge, and now see they are charging to so much. So private players are like that only, they will even do more than that. So government should make sure that for every private thing there should be a public company for that, so that they can compete it, they can give cheap thing to us. And if any public sector is not performing well, just sell them, we don't need that. And we should be aware about that. We should see if any public sector is performing well, then why government should sell that. Okay, but if some public sector is not performing well, then definitely they should sell that. So we should see if they are not performing well and government is selling, we should support that stance of government. And yes, if government is selling some public sector who are performing well, then definitely we should oppose that. I believe in that. My friend will proceed.
Yeah, of course. This is the main points which my friend has given is also. I will add that, for example, as you have seen, our Vande Bharat or many there are many Tejas and many Indian government railway. They are now performing so well because of government and private mix up. Whenever the private and government enter with their own, it is called PSU, private and PSU. Whenever they both work together, then there is a chance that our country will govern very efficiently. And I have seen many you can clearly see in Vande Bharat, and now this type of rails are really becoming so much efficient. And if you see previous trains, you can clearly see that there are very waste in the train. The train is not very clean, the train is full of dirt, the train is full of passengers. Whoever wants, then whoever is sitting anywhere, and the passenger is full, the train is full of passengers, nothing is in systematic thing. But in recent times, whether I'm saying that due to public overtaking, the train is becoming so much worthier, maybe costlier. But I know, but you can clearly see the effects also, na. Because of this, you can go from here to there in minimum time, and you can be seated, and you can be whatever you pay the price, you can be just you can do whatever you can. It is your choice. And this is why I can clearly say that public overtaking is very important for our country, to just compete with other countries, because if we just do very slow work like government employee, then there is a chance that we will miss many opportunities for our country. There are many countries who just want to overtake our countries and be superior than us, but we are the country, we have the most efficient population. We will surpass every country, and we will become a better country day by day. But due to by dint of whom? By dint of public overtaking. If we public overtake, and public will compete, not private sector. If private sector compete with others, there is a chance that every private sector will become superior, and that's how the private sector works. If suppose public in government sector, what happen that any employer get a job, then there is a chance that he will never lose a job. But in private sector, if he get chance, if he just do and nothing in his job, then there is a chance that he will 100% lose the job. This is the main key difference of public and government, and this is how public sector is better than government sector. And this is the most important point, I think. I should imply, and other section will be told my friend.
Yeah, take the mental. uh, I agree with my friend in most of the point. As I said, I always prefer balance approach, because in health facility you have seen that there are many uh, uh, public facilities, and when you go there, they provide cheap medicine to us. In this way, many poor people get medicine, and many life are saved by them, though they are arrogant and they don't behave in good way. But the person who are rich, definitely they need a private sector for that. So the balance should be always there. And I will add my points in more, like in, you see, defense sector in US, they always have private companies. So as my friend said, private companies makes us rich and makes us progress in rapid pace. Like in USA, there are many private defense companies, and India they are not much. And you had seen in our aircraft Tejas, its construction is so slow. Like it will take even 5 to 10 years longer. So how you will be able to defend our country if you will be dependent on that public company? No. So that's why we need private players in our country in anything. And you have seen that in space launches also, ISRO is very good company. You can't blame them, but they have too much burden. If there could be a private player, like ISRO, what is ISRO is doing, we could have earned a lot. We could we could have make Elon Musk in our country only. So I always say balance approach is very important, and we should make a room for private sector, so that they can make our progress rapid, like that. My friend will
Yeah, you can clearly see the other countries now. Their public sector, sorry, their private sector is doing very well. They just pump up the supply of their. They just pump up the supply of money to the government, and they just create money, and they just imply all the money to what, to country. And this is why their country is developing. And the money which the country get, they just do the public work only, na. They just make roads, they just make the public sector better by dint of private sector, na. That's why I think private sector must be attain much attention, and we should must say that private sector must be everywhere, according to me. Okay, it's my point, and according to me, that's all. And if my friend will say, then his choice.
I will say that in India is not like European country, or not some what say communist like country. Okay, communist believe in that every should be divided equally. European countries say that private companies should take control over everything, or whatever money minded ideology they have. We have to always mix. We will always have to move with mixed approach. We can't follow them blindly. So by keeping balance, if we make some change in public sector, it can be a good competition for private sector. If we leave by saying that public sector will do everything, and public sector is inefficient, so we should make everything privatized, it's a good idea, but not that good idea. We have to make sure that whoever is public servant appointed by government should be effective. The provision that they will only suspended for some days should be removed. They should be removed from the job also. It should be competitive like private sector. okay, they will get less punishment like private. There will be little less competition, but there should be some clause change in there. So there, so that our public company or public sector should be more competitive. So that private sector also get a good competition from them. As you know, public sector are cheap. You have seen, no, hospital, even BSNL, they provide cheap service to everyone. Okay, but they provide cheap service and their service are also cheap like that. So if they become competitive, the private sector will not be able to suck blood from our janta and our people, whatever you say. So I believe in balance approach. There should be some changes in our public sector, and private sector should be less blood sucking. That's what I will say.
Okay, that's our conclusion, that private sector must be attained, so attention, and private sector must increase our efficiency, increase their privateness, and this is all I can say. This is Vaibhav
And I am Kumara Kasdeep.
signing off.
Have a nice day.